Hello and welcome to episode number 146 of the Phil Swallow podcast. It is called Fixing Failures. And I don't really like to start with a failure, but I'm going to. So it's 11th of May. It's the last podcast before we go away, which is exciting. So the next one will be, I may do one soon after getting back, but it'll be the last week of May, first week of June. So I hope you're doing well. About these failures, well, I did an experimental 360 video when I did a walk from London Bridge to Leadenhall Street a few weeks back, and it was okay. I found then that you need to set your settings quite high on your device to get the best quality, and even then it's not pin sharp as I would like. And I'll explain in fairly simple terms where I'm coming from about that. So I chose recently, May Day, to go to Kingswood and do another 360 video. And I probably shouldn't have done. It wasn't good enough. I did lead with that one by saying set the settings so that you choose 2160S on advanced, but that's only if your sort of device is capable of offering that, and it does consume more data. But the experience was just bad. It was just blurry. I mean, it was lowish light when I filmed it, but that shouldn't still affect it really, but it did. And whilst since October when I bought the Insta360 X3 360 camera, it's been great for the fact that it's recording this ball of film, if that makes sense. And from there, when I edit it, I can say, right, on a 16:9, rectangular screen, then I will choose the angle I want, whether that's looking at me or whether that's looking ahead or left or right, up, down, whatever. And you can actually do that in post. It's very clever. Now, I tend to upload in 4K. There is a bit of kind of sufferance there. It does go down a little bit. And the best quality is really where you're kind of pointing the dead aim at. It sort of loses a bit around the edges. But, I'm trying to tell a story a lot of the time, and I'm supplementing it with other images and material, text and maps and things like that. So I don't think it matters too much. So I think if you had a bit like Street View, where the quality is pretty good there, wherever you're pointing the Street View camera, the Google thing, and also Apple have got a similar one. Look Around, I think it's called in Apple. Those are really, really top spec, high-priced cameras, not the sort of thing you can put a lot on the end of a selfie stick, which is what I do when I go out filming. So there are always trade-offs. I believe in making the best that you possibly can out of the gear that you use, or that I use in my instance. And I kind of thought, is it right that I'm actually going out and saying, well, there were two things. One was the instructions about how to generically look at a 360 video, which is fine. Not everyone knows that naturally. But is it right that I then say, well, go into your cog and select, 2160 if you can, and only then with a fair wind will it be good enough? And I've been umming and ahhing about this, and I had a couple of very good comments, so thank you for the people that have commented on the video. It was very helpful to me to decide what I would do next, kind of thing. And I thought, actually, I've got quite a fast internet connection here, so there really shouldn't be any delay in it, retrieving the material, the footage from YouTube and then displaying it on my screens, and it just wasn't good enough. And I thought, that's it. They're going to go. It's going to be a learning. I will carry on. And in fact, so what I've done, start, Philip. What I've done is actually taken those videos down now. So the 360 version of the Bluebell Walk is gone. The London Bridge to Leadenhall Street 360 is gone. But because I retained the original ball of footage, the 360 degree footage, I'm editing it in the way I normally edit my videos. So I'm doing it on basically it's how I want it to be presented to you guys, and whether you're looking at it on a kind of HD smartphone or a TV or whatever, I'll be making those decisions about what you see when you see it. So I'm hoping that it'll be better. Now, obviously, not obviously, but we are going away at the weekend. What I've done is re-edited the Bluebell Walk. That's scheduled to go live in a few days' time, weeks' time, something like that. And then I'm partway through re-editing the London Walk, and that will go live. I may even put it live actually when I get back, and it'll buy me a bit more time to do some editing from where we go away on our trip, and then it'll mean that there's a fairly regular drop of videos and material as I go. So that's it. Sometimes, yes, it's a learning. Well, it's always a learning. It was a failure, I think. It was sort of okay at best, and that's not good enough. So I decided to kill them, delete them, and I've gone again. Thankfully, nothing lost because I've still got a film that I wanted to take. And actually, I hope you'll agree when you see them. The Bluebell one looks really quite nice because I did a slightly different setting with the colour that I used, the way I process that. So that was that. Big release this week. Croydon Typhoid Outbreak 1937 video went live on Tuesday afternoon. That's been up for, well, it'll be 2 days this afternoon. Had 111 or something views at the moment, a lot of likes, some nice comments. I put loads of effort into that. Now, it's very difficult to say how much effort I put into it because it's kind of things that you pick up and put down again. You'll do a bit of research or you'll get a success and you'll note it. And even then, when you've gathered all that material, you're not always sure that you're actually going to use it all. So I had my timeline, I had my information, I knew in my head what I wanted to do, and I prepped it. I tend to use Keynote, which is like the Apple equivalent of PowerPoint, and that's my script, really. So I hope if you haven't looked at it, you'll have a look at it. It's a kind of, well, it's history, it's an educational one in some ways. There's a lot of information in there. I won't really go too deep into it. It's such that it's been all of the stuff that I do is passion project work. This was a big passion. It's local, and there's some architecture stories in there as well, which always appeal to me. So, yeah, Croydon Typhoid Outbreak 1937, it's the most recent video. Well, until on the list of videos, the podcast comes in and it kind of jumps over that, and this will be live a bit later. I'm actually recording this on the Thursday today. I was up in town yesterday. Met a mate who actually went to Japan recently, and we did a deal on some currency that he had left over, so it worked out. It was a win-win over a cup of tea outside London Bridge. So on the way back, I got a bit of a migraine and stuff, so I thought I'm not going to be in the best frame of mind to actually put this video together. So I've left it until today when my day is a bit freer. I'm still doing packing stuff. We've still got the rail here. I've got cases behind me, but all the laundry and ironing is done. Sue's brilliant at packing a suitcase. She's actually over doing her filming work at the moment, a long way away, and she should be back tomorrow evening, our time. Then we have about a day together until we head off to Heathrow, the hotel overnight, and then we're going to fly on Sunday morning. So, and it's just those little things to do now. I mean, getting all the clothes sorted out, there's probably some toiletries just got to throw in a bag. The gear-wise, it's a case of not taking too much, but yeah, camera bag, and then my 360 stuff. And in some ways, I mean, I'll have to see. The good thing is you don't lose anything by filming in 360. So it would be great to capture the Tokyo, nightlife, but it may not be good enough quality. So it'll be certainly good quality on my camera. It should be good quality on the iPhone, really, to be honest. And I've got stability things, mounts and clamps and tripods, and taking a small tripod, a mini one that I can kind of do a tabletop job on. So yeah, that's part and parcel then of what I'm doing at the moment. Now, quick question as I knock the table. Do you know what this is only going to work, by the way, on the video people, video watchers? So, do you know what this is? It's called a mini rocket. A rocket air. It's made by Giottos, and it's to blow the dust off camera stuff. Anyway, I won't keep doing that because it'd be rather annoying. But I was just thinking, well, obviously I need to take this, need to keep camera clean, dust and stuff can get inside. And I remembered when I took it away once before, it was in my hand luggage, and they wanted to inspect the bag because it looks a bit kind of I don't know, bomb missile like. So I'm now at a quandary. Do I go through that again? And obviously once you get it out and you realise it's made of rubber and plastic and it's just got a hole in the middle. Once you do that, you know it's fine. But do they actually screen the contents of your suitcase? I think they do, don't they? So if the suitcase goes into the hold and this has got it, are they going to break into that? And so I'm thinking I'm probably going to take it in the camera bag and then, they may or may not pick it up again and I'll just say, yes, right, this happened once before at Gatwick or whatever. Anyway, just a minor little diversion there for you. I always look at I've got a little screen next to the lens and then I've got my notes on the other side. You don't need to know that. So, no more episodes for the next couple of weeks. We're going to be, it's a mixture. We're obviously at sea and then we're into ports. One of the ports is South Korea. But it's not, it's weird. It's kind of go to sea we embark and then we got a sea day for the first full day and then we stop and then I think we'll see again and then it's almost like there's stops for 3 or 4 days on a trot and then it's a mixture of sea days and then we get back to Yokohama and then back to Tokyo where we've got a hotel which is right in the centre. So we're not looking to do silly things like the Wi-Fi. I'm going to get an eSIM. I've decided to go with a company called Ubigi, UBIGI. So this is where you basically add you've got an embedded SIM capability in the iPhone and you can add it. So you've got like 2 SIMs and one for the UK, one for abroad. Found a good deal. It's not going to be used every single day. It's really going to be used for things like mapping and maybe looking up things, translating, I don't know. We'll work it all out when we get there. So that's the main thing. So no shows for a couple of weeks. We'll be doing videos and things, trip videos when I get back. I never quite know the way to do it. I'm probably going to do one for the flight because they seem to be quite popular. People want to know what you're going to get when you go into a flight. So probably that'll be kind of on its own. Then the cruise, the story of the cruise, I guess, and then the Tokyo bit separately, because that's the sort of way people might do it. So it makes sense to do it that way. That's the thinking at the moment, anyway. So we'll see. The important thing is to capture stuff wherever you go. I'll be capturing. Good. Thanks very much for watching and supporting the podcast and supporting my channel. Remember Croydon Typhoid Outbreak video 1937. Have a look at that. See what you think. Hopefully you'll like it and give me some likes and comments and things. And look after yourselves. And I'll talk again to you in a couple of weeks and a bit, if that makes sense. Okay? Bye.